For those who want to spend a good holiday in Extremadura, we have prepared a trip plan for a week in order to see as many interesting places as possible. On the first day, the city of Merida, Basilica of Saint Eulalia. The Basilica of Saint Eulalia is named after a little girl who is supposedly buried under it. According to legend, Eulalia came to the authorities of Merida and declared herself a Christian. She was tortured and killed. When Eulalia died, 2 pigeons flew out of her mouth, and her body was covered with snow that suddenly fell. Now Saint Eulalia is the patron saint of the city of Merida. In the middle of the day, we offer you to see the Aqueduct of St. Lazarus and the Roman circus. The Aqueduct of St. Lazarus is inferior to the famous Roman Aqueduct of Miracles, which we propose to see tomorrow. Interestingly, it functioned to supply water to the city until the 70s of the 20th century. Next to the Aqueduct of St. Lazarus are the Roman circus and the Roman baths. In the evening, be sure to visit the Roman Theatre and the National Museum of Roman Art. The Roman Theatre in Merida is perhaps the most significant structure in Spain, remaining from the time of the Roman Empire. In 1993, UNESCO declared the theatre a World Cultural Heritage Site. Since 2007, the Roman Theatre in Merida has been named one of the 12 Wonders of Spain. In the middle of summer, the Merida Classical Theatre Festival takes place here. They say that the best acoustics are in the upper rows. Until the end of the 19th century, the entire complex was hidden under a layer of soil deposited over the centuries, and only the upper part of the amphitheater stands, which was nicknamed 7 chairs, remained on the surface. In Extremadura, be sure to try the jamon, pata negra. It is produced from a breed of Iberian pigs that feed on acorns. The second day. On the banks of the Guadiana River, near the beginning of the Roman bridge, stands the fortress of Alcazaba, or what remains of it. It is the first Arab castle on the Iberian Peninsula. The most impressive structure of the city is the Roman bridge over the Guadiana River. This is one of the longest Roman bridges that still exist. Its length is 792 meters. Very close to the Merida train station, there are pillars of the ancient Roman Aqueduct of Miracles. The structure is more than 200 years old. This is one of the most impressive buildings in the city. Its total length was 12 kilometers. Now it is a favorite place of rest for citizens. It is surrounded by a park with olive and pomegranate trees. Be sure to try the local cold tomato soup salmorejo. It is thicker than gazpacho and differs in recipe. Classic salmorejo is made from tomatoes, stale bread, olive oil, onions and garlic. Day 3. The city of Badajoz. The Alcazaba fortress. The castle of Badajoz is one of the largest fortresses in the world. It occupies 8 hectares and about 1,300 meters of preserved wall paintings. A walk along the Alcazaba alley provides a beautiful view of Badajoz and its surroundings. At lunch, you can go to the Archaeological Museum. It won't take more than an hour. In the evening, take a walk around the city. Pay attention to the city gate. It is a massive arch resting on 2 cylindrical towers. In 1551, it was the entrance gate to the city and the once existing fortress wall. Follow Santa Lucia Street into the city center until you reach the Plaza of Solitude. There you will see the very beautiful tower of La Giralda. If you're hungry, don't miss the opportunity to try local confined. Every region that has this dish, preparing it in different ways. But make Chanfaina Extremadura. This is a meat dish made of lamb entrails with seasonings and white wine. Day 4. Badajoz. I suggest you take a look at the unusual and completely free Museum of Modern Art in the morning. The museum is located in a former prison building. The museum is large and the expositions in it are constantly changing. After the museum, walk to Plaza di Spagna and relax in the quiet of St. Juan's Cathedral. The cathedral is the seat of the archbishops of Extremadura. In the evening, visit the Museum of Fine Arts, which has a rich collection of famous masters of the 19th and 20th centuries. Very close is the monumental Church of St. Augustine, where monks settled in the 13th century. For dinner, try the monastic COD, by Cala Dorada, a mixture of omelette and fish dishes. Potatoes and spinach are often added to it. Day 5. Badajoz. Walk on the many bridges. Each has its own unique style, and many monuments and sculptures near them on the banks. It will be an educational journey. Another dish that is worth trying is coche frito, wine-aged suckling pig meat and fried with lemon juice, paprika and parsley. The 6th day. Albuquerque. The Lunar Castle. An important landmark of the city is the old castle of the 13th century. At lunch, take a walk along the old streets, where almost every building takes you back in time. For dinner, order a stewed rabbit conejo estofado. This is an amazing combination of tender dietary meat and spices. On the 7th day. Caceres. The palace belonged to the Carvajal family, a powerful family whose representatives played a major role in the history of both Spain and America. Carvajal Palace, also known as Casa Quemada, burnt house, due to a fire that occurred in it in the 19th century. In the historic center of Caceres is a simple two-story house, inside which you can travel back in time and plunge into the world of Arab culture that has existed here for centuries. The old town is a UNESCO heritage site. Despite the natural disasters and Nemoina, the historical center has been preserved almost in the same form as it was at the turn of the Middle Ages and modern times. The old town is constantly used as a natural setting for films about the Middle Ages. If you happen to be in Caceres, you should definitely try the queso cake. It is made from sheep's cheese with the addition of wild thistle. Inside, the cheese is liquid and it is spread on bread. I always read travel comments. What sights and dishes did you enjoy?